Emperor versus Fiend. They're getting right on into it for the loser semifinals here. Emperor versus Fiend. The Koji that we saw from Emperor that completely destroyed DB's greatsword going up against the Thatch from Fiend.
I love me a Fiend Thatch. It is just something so incredibly different about the way that Fiend plays Thatch. It's just something unique to South America and unique to Fiend. Very excited to see what he'll be bringing out. On the other side, of course, Emperor on this Koji has been having that precision, the pinpoint accuracy with those bow shots.
Starting off, Emperor does get the first weapon, but we've said it over and over. Fiend's unarmed is one of the best in the biz. Definitely in South America, no problems playing without a weapon into any weapon in the game. Oh, that ground pound was just a little bit too wide. Maybe Emperor expected him. Oh, the dares completely destroying this. Misses the D-Light, still picks up the ground pound. This goes to show you how much it takes to actually take a stock from someone this early on, especially when you don't have really hard-hitting weapons on the edge.
Yeah, just showing how much effort you have to put in it, just completely denying those wall touches. Fiend each time was letting Emperor get back to the wall, and unfortunately, that means that Emperor's still alive, still able to put out damage, and look at their health bars in the top right, almost even between the two of them. Emperor actually might get the first stock. Nope, can't get the tatami mat.
Weapon toss goes in, Emperor jumps just right over it. Back to the sword for Fiend. Gravity cancel down signature from Emperor. You've seen so many Kojis use that this weekend, grabbing so many players right in front of them, above them, stacked with them. Spot dodging into that down signature is a very effective tool for any Koji out there. Fiend is going to even it up immediately though, about a minute and a half into this game. Both players get to weapons very quickly.
Some mild damage being put out from Fiend already. We do see Emperor stuck on this left side wall. Fiend actually not able to get that edge guard. Unfortunately for Fiend, that soft platform came over, let Emperor get down to that soft platform, reset his jumps, but Fiend back at it with the sword plays. No, can't get the cannonball hit.
Fiend just a little bit of a lead here. Emperor goes for the sidelight into just a spot dodge, maybe expecting a wake-up attack from Fiend. Might have been a misinput there. Runs into the cannonballs. Oh, goes for the D-Light ground pound. Not going to be the option to hit right there. Even if it did hit, that would have bounced Fiend off of that soft platform. Wouldn't have sent him going through it. Going for the down signature to catch a landing Emperor. Fiend grabs the recovery for the KO and a nice lead going into Emperor's final stop.
You know, part of me thinks that down signature was Fiend just saying, hey, come down here. I'll put myself into active frames, kind of do something risky, just so that you'll come over here and I'll just do a quick jump, gravity cancel, downlight, and knock you out. Worked out for Fiend as he now has that stock advantage. Goes for another gravity cancel, but Emperor behind it, able to get a decent punish with that recovery. Still not able to get this stock just yet. Nair will do it.
That was really good timing for Fiend to get through the down signature. He was right there ready to punish him by the time the active frame ended on it. So he knew exactly how long it would take for those active frames to go out and where he would be safe to move into. Really great punish there from Fiend. It wasn't like the biggest punish in the world that led to a KO or put out massive damage, but it was just a really clean punish.
You know, throwing out some water, trying to keep things clean. Goes for the Nair weapon toss, just denying weapons from Emperor at this point. A downlight recovery might not be enough, but we'll see if Fiend can even get that starter into the downlight. Right now, Emperor below with the neutral lights, just those bow shot juggles.
Emperor going over, went for the down air read against the wall. D-Light into the side air over on the right edge. Wanted to go for the side air option to send to the right blast zone. Side air from Emperor interrupts the recovery from Fiend. He's over sitting on the wall. DC catches him right as he lands on the soft platform. And Emperor is going to take game one. It was about 28 damage that separated the two of them. A very even game. Mammoth Fortress still on the table as Fiend bans out all maps but Small Brawlhaven, Small Mammoth, and Demon Island. And we're going to the Demon Island, going to give that very short wall. I'm worried about Fiend down signatures on the sword. And I'm saying that from the perspective if I was Emperor. I'm worried about those being slide charged over on the edge, possibly gravity canceled on the edge, being able to cover almost all of that wall.
You know, Conversely, I'm more worried about the cannonballs, man. Those cannonballs will dip a little bit over the corner. Granted, Fiend not really the type of player to hard stick to that cannonball play, but it's still a viable threat to just completely cover a solid chunk of those short walls.
It's definitely possible he may utilize them more on this stage than he would on a stage like a Mammoth Fortress, even though we did already see him use it once.
Instead, going to be throwing out the wave towards Emperor, backing up very far, goes for the down air, and unfortunately didn't have the jump height for it, so couldn't get that extension. He was likely looking for the optimal knockout with the downlight down air recovery. This time he's going to go straight for the recovery, and it will land and lead to the knockout.
Has his choice of weapons. He picks up a sword before he takes a nair from Emperor. You see the gravity cancel down heavy. Oh, Fiend's still going off stage. Has him in the orange. Going to be just a moment before his dodge comes back up. He didn't have to use it. Don't know what that side signature was, but Fiend has confidence in himself to hit it, and you gotta admire that.
Maybe a little bit of a mental reset to just go for something goofy, one of those wild, if it works, you'll look amazing kind of plays, but unfortunately, Emperor nowhere near those side signatures. Fiend's still able to pick up a weapon, still not behind Emperor at any health point. Nice ground pound, not able to hit the weapon toss.
Positioning for the KO. Sidelight goes into the side air. Second doesn't hit, but there's the recovery for the KO off the top. Has his choice of weapon, swapping back to the blasters. Doesn't even try to juggle for anything. Positioning around the weapon spawn. Double dare coming out. Also the GC light. Just throwing out a lot of hitboxes here. Only one of them connecting so far. Not a lot of damage, but still a huge lead for Fiend here going into this. The D-Sig ends up getting punched by gravity cancel down light. Fiend juggling with 2 nairs. Oh, interrupting the ground pound. That could have led to the KO.
Great shots coming out from Fiend to keep himself alive again. Just jump, gravity cancel, D-Light. Another D-Light, dash jump, recovery, and Fiend is going to steal game number 2. Well, not really steal as much as like just completely demolish in game number 2. And Emperor is like, all right, that map, not my map.
He just had so much overwhelming power with the blasters, especially towards the end of that. It was just all the way from the right side of the stage over to the left, just carrying Emperor, catching him in the air, then catching him on the ground, then catching him in the air, then catching him on the ground. He had nothing that he could do to get away from those blasters.
Yeah, his blasters really came alive. We're seeing a lot more of those, like gravity cancel, D-Lights connecting, a lot more D-Light into extra stuff connecting from Fiend.
Sidelight from Emperor, chasing Fiend across the stage. There's another sidelight, D-Light, neutral light. Ooh, nice D-Light into the side air. Is he going to be able to confirm this edge guard? He was staying high, then fast fell down low. Hit the side air, still not enough to knock out Fiend just yet. Neutral light from Fiend, goes again for the D-Sig. Emperor just stayed away from it, overspaced.
Nice. Oh, missed the ground pound. Very worth though, still for Fiend. Will lead to the knockout onto Emperor, and considering Fiend was a little bit more damaged at the start of that, Ed could go for another one. No, they're gonna back off, but still really good for Fiend right now.
Nice 3-piece coming out from Emperor, extended from the middle of the stage all the way over to the right. Again, another clutch down air from Fiend. Ooh, this could put Fiend in a very bad spot. He's going to completely disengage from that, go over. Emperor hits the dare, another dare. He's done.
Really well done from Emperor. Playing the safe option with those bow dares, playing at that 45 where Fiend really couldn't contest with a sword in hand. Did a really good job on that one and is able to take the lead over Fiend here in game number 3.
And goes for the insig, almost gets the perfect read. Still had enough active frames on that dodge, or iframes on that dodge, to get through the active frames of the insig from Emperor. But the idea was there, and it was correct.
Fiend dodges past the neutral signature to Tommy. Matt catches Fiend moving past him. This could be game number 3 in the pocket of Emperor. All he needs is one more good tatami mat. Fiend not able to punish it.
Emperor seems to be playing more confidently now. You're seeing him burn a lot of dodges in order to gravity cancel. There's the D-Light into the recovery. True combo KO option for Fiend going into this. But of course you saw Fiend gravity canceling a lot earlier. Some wild side signatures down really low on the edge. But now Emperor is starting to do that as well. Sort of maybe feeling like he has a handle more on Fiend's movement, thinking that the risk of the dodge is now more worth it because he has just a better idea of what Fiend is doing. There's a GCD sig for the KO. JV2 going to Emperor in game 3. Now Emperor up 2-1 in the set.
We are one game away from the South American Phenom being knocked out, going home with a 4th place finish. That would be a huge upset. Of course, Wesley winning was a little bit of an upset, but, or sorry, not Wesley, Lopez beating Fiend 3-0 in the winner's semi was an upset, but Fiend losing here in the loser's semi would definitely be an upset, getting knocked out here. Sticking with the Thatch, no swap over to the Nash in game number 4.
Yeah, Fiend, after winning Steel Series just a couple weeks ago, now possibly not even making top 3. That's a little bit of a fall, going completely off of the podium, having to watch his friends and fellow community members in South America up on that podium celebrating their victories. That would be really tough for Fiend going into this, and he would have to carry that over into 2's weekend next week.
Yeah, it definitely would be a little bit of a moral blow. Edgeguard opportunity, not able to connect with the down air. Emperor gonna turn around and get some good damage onto Fiend again.
There's the wake up neutral light from Emperor to interrupt any further string potential that Fiend had after the downlight down air.
Nice punish from Fiend with the gravity cancel downlight, looking confident in game number 4, sticking with the sword play, completely throwing away the blasters to prime his next weapon, continuing with the sword.
Oh, he went for the D-Sig.
Yeah.
Tried to catch a stacked Emperor, but it didn't happen. Move came out from Emperor too early, interrupted it, found priority there. Now Emperor won't have the down signature. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, I think Fiend's D6 starts behind him, so Emperor coming in and just swinging on him is what caught him there.
Now Emperor is able to clean up the stock, didn't have to rely on the bow, the down signature, the tatami mat to get that KO, did it with sword. There is a weapon spawn on the field. Emperor moving almost immediately over to it. Doesn't want to strip the field, just wants to play around it, expecting Fiend to go over to it. Now Emperor is the one disarmed. Fiend has possibly the weapon control. The down air.
Dodging around with the blasters in hand. Fiend playing incredibly safe away from Emperor. Emperor does get a neutral air as Fiend was going for the weapon pickup. You see the neutral. I throwing out all these anti-airs, covering 3 different angles. Not able to get the hit on the Fiend though.
D-Light side air. Nice pickup on the landing for Emperor. Dodges through the weapon toss. Easy side light for Fiend. Didn't even need the cannonballs, but still shot him anyway just to make sure Emperor's going to fall. Fiend now finding a beautiful lead here, and he needs it right now. He's down. 2-1 in the set now favoring Emperor. All Emperor needs is a victory here to move on. Guaranteed top 3 to fight Lopez. We might be going to a game 5 based on this huge lead that Fiend has though. Sidelight side air. Just kind of controlling the corner.
They're just trying to keep Emperor from the wall. Interesting option with the cannonballs, but it works out for Fiend. He's going to take it and push it to game number 5. Emperor relegated to 296 damage, and we're going to get into one more game to decide if Fiend will continue his lower bracket run or will Emperor halt the South American champion.
I feel like halfway through that final edgeguard in the end, Fiend realized how much Emperor had blown, and that's when you see him go down for the dare. Like, you also see him jump, so he further gets out of the way just in case, because he doesn't want Emperor to get the hit and grab the chase dodge. But it seemed it was a really like delayed option, thinking like, oh yeah, he's gonna die here. Really? I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it really didn't look like the cannonballs were goofy because it seemed like Emperor was just gonna fast fall underneath it and then get past Fiend. But it looked like Emperor maybe panicked when those cannonballs came out and ended up burning a little bit of his movement. But either way, we're going right on into game number 5. Nice little falling side air side light. Fiend with a very slight damage lead as the blasters are finding the shots.
I need to start daring into the gravity cancel side light more because I regularly do D-light. But I might start trying the gravity cancel side light. We just saw him do that. Gonna pick up the first KO. I don't even think he's red yet, so he's not at 150 damage or greater. Has the weapon advantage here. Emperor just kind of staying around those satellite soft platforms. Now on the highest one, floating very high before he ground pounds down. Fiend punishes the landing. Finally gets a desync. It's the second swipe as you move just a little bit forward. Emperor picks up the bow, takes a side air to the back of the head. D-light side air again. Emperor finding no initiations.
It is insane to me how much more confident Fiend looks in game number 5. Like, if you go back to game number 4, he looked so afraid, was playing so safe, looking for these long-range options against Emperor. And now in game number 5, he's like, all right, time to just go in on my opponent.
Fiend not afraid to go in. Blasters, weapon toss going wide. Emperor, GC Insig, tried to reach for the stars with the gravity cancel neutral signature, reaching right above him. Unfortunately for Emperor, Fiend was too close to the wall, not deep enough in the push-off column to get hit by that. Fiend has a very healthy lead, dodges out of the way of the down signature from Emperor. He's going to attempt the edge guard here. Weapon toss goes down.
Fiend with the cover on the corner. Outspacing the desig, not able to find the punish. Second one coming out from Emperor will lead to the knockout, denying the 3 stock, but Fiend still coming in with a fresh stock, 2 stocks to the 1 of Emperor.
Dash of Sair. Fading back just a little bit. Sair comes out, misses. Fiend has Emperor over on the edge, hits a ground pound. Emperor only in the yellow. It's going to take a lot more to get the knockout on the edge guard situation. Emperor going high. Nair juggling.
Oh, but the side air is coming out from Emperor. Dodges through the weapon toss, and the side air guarantees the wall touch for Fiend. He is getting this damage put out onto Emperor. Tournament stock here. Emperor needs to get a Gimp at this point, but it's Fiend with the side air to close it out game number 5 and earn his spot in the top 3 of this.
Yeah, Fiend just went in towards the end there. That'll be a beautiful replay to watch. You're seeing a neutral light. Went to go for the pivot dare, neutral air, turn around, hit the side air for the KO. That is where he got out of the way of the gravity cancel neutral signature. Emperor really went for broke on that one. Didn't have much to do there. Blasters coming in. Here's where the end starts with the side air. And he just keeps going in. I don't know how he got over there so quickly. Seems like he used all of Thatch's movement speed and then some to get over for that final side air that quickly.
Yeah, he's zooming with that Thatch. Man, that neutral signature, though, that was like a bet the farm. If he had hit it, it would have been a chase dodge up and he would have lived. But Fiend